What's up, guys? Welcome back to Big Yogi's Garage. Today I got Drew Goetz. What's up, Drew?
What's up? How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on. Drew's a football player for Wade High School. He's a middle linebacker and a fullback. And you're number one, right?
Yes, sir.
You're number one. How did you get number one?
I originally got number one last year. My freshman year I wore 67. Sophomore year I wore 63.
Okay.
Number one just replicates hard work, and if
Yeah.
you're gonna be the leader of that team, and I feel like I am that for Wade.
Okay. Yeah, because that's a hard number. You got to represent. Not every coach is going to give anybody just a number one.
Oh, for sure. It definitely goes to the hardest worker on the team.
Yeah, so your number one represents something really important.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was wondering, how did you even get number one? You can't just, people don't just get number one. Number one is earned.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you must be a really good player. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I had Coach Robert Smith on, and he's the one that told me, I was talking to him about having some of the players on. He's the one that told me about you and that you were a good football player and a good student. So I wanted to have you on. And how about Coach Robert? What do you call him, Coach Smitty?
Coach Smitty, man, I love Coach Smitty so much. Just for not what he does on the field, what he does in school too. He's in the school, he's offering tutoring. Yeah. He's offering help to any kid in there, football player or not. Okay. He's offering help, and he's a really great dude. Yeah, he's a really good coach, a really good friend. He always shares all my podcasts. He tells everybody about my podcast. Very good role model for all of us, for even me as an adult, for all the kids and everybody around. I really appreciate everything he does. So where did you grow up at? I wanted to ask you. I got a whole set of questions to ask you. Where did you grow up at? I grew up on the east side of Toledo.
East side of Toledo.
Born and raised here. I love it here. Yeah. This is home.
Yeah. So you grew up on East Side Toledo, right by Oakdale. Did you go to Oakdale and stuff like that?
I went to Navarre.
Navarre.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a Navarre Colt.
Yeah, I'm a Navarre Colt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started playing. How did your football journey begin?
So originally, I really started playing football because I had a lot of death happen when I was a little kid. My grandma passed away, my aunt passed away. So I started playing football around the age of 6 to help with that grief and stuff. And I couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, I fell in love with it, and I've just been playing ever since. Since I was 6 to about 6th grade, I played for the Southside Bears, and then they got shut down, so I went to go be a Navarre Colt. Okay. And coaches over there treated me great, and I loved it over there. And then
how did you become a middle linebacker?
So grade school, middle school, I was an offensive line, defensive line. And then once I get to high school, them dudes big in high school, so I switched to middle linebacker, and then middle linebacker is great. I love it. I love running the defense. It's a great thing.
Yeah. So the middle linebacker position, that takes a lot of smarts, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to control some stuff. So do you study a lot for that, to learn all the plays and all that?
You definitely got to study, and you definitely got to watch a lot of film. You got to read your keys. Like, I got the triangle read. I'm reading the guard to the running back, back to me. Okay. And it's a great thing. You gotta realize what's going on. You gotta break down the plays as it's happening. You gotta call the plays. You gotta be physical. That's the most important thing to me. You can't be a middle linebacker and be scared to hit.
So when like all that, you said you had some things going on at the house, and then that's really what made you play football. And then is that what brought out the anger, like so you could be a hard hitter and stuff?
For sure. Football is definitely the way I take out my anger. Yeah. And it just helps with all the pain and sadness I got cooped up in my body. Yeah. So that's where you let your aggression out. It's like, and it's okay because, you're not doing nothing illegal, so you're supposed to. Yeah, the coaches told you to hit that guy, so you go and hit him. Yeah, it's like, I'm not doing nothing against the law. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So, why do you love football so much, and like what motivates you to go play football every day and keep going so hard? Football is it's like my life. I mean, it's like a job to me at this point. And it's like not a job that I feel like, I got to go to football practice. No, it's like, I got to go to football practice. It makes me happy to be on the football field, especially with weight. All them players over there, they're my brothers. You feel me? It's like I'm with my family, and it's a great thing. So you guys got a real close team there? Oh, we have a really close team. Yeah. I love what we're doing over there. The coaches make sure we're tight. Yeah. And the coaches, like I said, we have some great coaches over there. Did you play with a guy named Juan Ibarra? Yeah. Yeah. Juan's my guy. Yeah. I know him for a long time. Yeah. I grew up like
his mom and my sister were friends and stuff, and I grew up around him. And he's my friend on social media and stuff.
No, yeah, I like Juan.
Is he done with football now?
I think he's done with football.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be a boxer now.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. He's been working out, losing weight, and he's boxed. He said he's gonna box. That's cool, man. That's good, man. Okay, so let's talk about what's like some memorable moments in football. Like, what have you accomplished, or like what are like some achievements of yours so far?
Some achievements to me is like when I entered high school. I started varsity as a freshman, and I feel like that was a big achievement because it don't happen to everybody.
Yeah.
Just being on that varsity field as a freshman, it's a little nerve-wracking, but you definitely catch the hang of it.
So you never played freshman football?
No, never.
Dang, so ever since you started varsity from the get.
Yeah.
So you were pretty good ever since the first.
Well, I mean, I was decent my freshman year.
Yeah. So then you just had. So what is the difference between like when you first started and who you are now in football? Like, how much have you learned?
I got a lot more confidence now than what I had, and I got I'm faster, I'm stronger, a lot more physical, and I can break down the play with my eyes way better than I used to be able to.
And then like when you got a good like instinct where you take you know how you got to hunt people down when they're running and you take a certain like cuts and stuff. Do you know the angles and all that?
Oh yeah, we practice angles a lot at practice actually. So we're well disciplined and we know what to do.
Yeah, and do you play offense?
I play fullback on offense, yes.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So you block?
Yeah, I block.
Damn.
And I mean, it's a good thing, so I get to hit people on offense too.
Dang, so a lot of it, but you get the ball sometimes here and there?
Yeah, here and there, yeah.
Yeah, like 1 yard, like with the little yards and stuff?
4th and 1, 3rd and 1, you give me the ball. You're on the goal line, you can give me the ball too.
Yeah. Will you get it every time?
Huh?
Will you get it?
Oh, I'm going to get it.
And then like, does that help when you're playing fullback? Does it help you because you know the mentality of the linebacker and vice versa?
Yeah, for sure, because like, when I'm at fullback, I'm like, okay, I'm about to take this linebacker's head off.
Yeah.
But when I'm at linebacker, it's the opposite. I'm going to take his head off.
Yeah. And you kind of know a little bit of his instinct of what he's going to do and how he's going to try to block you. If you know what I mean, if you're playing defense, all that, because you play that position.
Yeah, it definitely translate over.
Yeah. So okay, so my brother played. It's crazy how you say all that. My brother is like a mirror to you. My brother's like 35, an old man now, but my brother was a linebacker for Wade High School and a fullback for Wade High School.
That's dope.
And he played pretty good, but they always lost. They had like always losing seasons and stuff. But they did. One time he had like three touchdowns in one game and stuff. But he wasn't the starter. He was just a fullback. And then what happened was the running back went out and my brother came in, but they were losing like by 52-0.
Dang.
And they scored a couple times. Wade scored a couple times, but there was no way they could ever catch them, man. So okay, so what are like some of your disappointments in football? Like what has anything ever happened, like adversity, to teach you something?
Last year I tore my hamstring week 5, and that was a very dark time for me. I got real depressed during that time.
Yeah.
But it helped me overcome, for sure. Now that I'm back, I feel better than ever. I feel like a great player.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about my hamstring no more. I feel great, and it just taught me to overcome, because watching from the sidelines is not fun.
Yeah, that's scary. I hate that. Okay, so what did you learn that maybe you should stretch better, or maybe you should prepare better? What happened that day that you pulled your hamstring? Was it a injury, like somebody hit you, or was it like you think you didn't prepare good enough?
It really was a lot of me not stretching, and I feel like I didn't drink enough water. Because I came down, like I went to tackle somebody, and I kind of folded in on myself, and that happened.
Yeah. So like all that kind of stuff happens to us in life, and what we have to do is learn from that. So like you got to take that and remember that you got to hydrate properly. You got to make sure you drink like some kind of Gatorade with them salts, like them electrolytes and all that. When you're gonna play football, all the time you're always gonna do electrolytes. Because like that Gatorade and all them sports drinks, those are created with a little bit of salt to get in, so the water can absorb into your muscles, and you don't. Because just regular water is good, but sometimes if it's purified, it doesn't have the enzymes and all that you need for it to go into your muscle to actually. If you actually put a little bit of sea salt in there, like pink salt or whatever, in your water, not all day, not every day or nothing. But like when you feel dehydrated, put a little bit of salt in there and you drink it, and it hydrates your muscles a little bit better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I learned that because of how when I work out and stuff like that. So yeah, them lessons, them things happen to us. So now you got to remember to stretch good, hydrate good, so them injuries don't come back.
Oh, which I'm doing a lot more of that this year. I'm taking care of my body more than anything.
Yeah, that's really important. I've had problems. I play flag football, and then I just hurt myself not that long ago, my knee, and I couldn't play. I have to retire. I'm 43. I shouldn't be out there and stuff like that. So you also do track and field?
Yes.
And then, tell me a little bit about track and field.
Track and field, it was fun. I mean, I had a great time. I threw shot put, discus. I ran a 400 one time.
Oh yeah,
and that was bad.
Oh,
I ran out of breath like halfway through the race.
Yeah,
but it's definitely fun, and definitely just the atmosphere of track and field. It's definitely a great.
And then how do you implement a little bit of track and field into your football?
Definitely track and field taught me how to properly run. Rather than me just swinging my arms moving. So a lot more of football, run out the balls on my feet. And, it's just the way, I breathe and all that. It's just track and field helped me out a lot.
Okay. Yeah, because there's certain ways that you're supposed to run and not that many people. Some people run with their arms down and stuff like that. So there's coaches that teach you that, like the technique, how to run and all that when you do track and field?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I've never even stepped. I don't even know nothing about track and field at all. So that does help a little bit with your football. And does it help like your speed and all that too?
Oh yeah, I feel like my closeout speed, like on the ball and everything, is so much better.
Okay, that's pretty sweet. I never really thought that. So I was gonna ask you, but I already asked you that question about how your freshman year to your varsity or your freshman football, but you never played freshman football.
No, I didn't.
Your football was always
varsity.
Varsity. Okay, so tell me about the responsibilities of being the middle linebacker, having to be like the quarterback of the defense. What does that guy do?
Well, a lot of times, I got to tell the line which way to shift, call it the coverage, all that. I do a lot of that last year, and definitely if we make a mistake, I'm the first one to get yelled at.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so I pretty much run the defense. I make sure we're all doing our job properly. So I don't only got to know my job, I got to know everybody else's job too.
Okay. And then do they say the play? How do they call the plays in? Through boards or?
Usually like hand signals, and then we just got to know them.
Oh, okay. All right, that's cool. I never really, I never play. I played a little bit of elementary football, but I never. Back in elementary, a guy would run in. The new guy would run in with the play, and then another guy would run out.
No.
Is that how they do it or no?
Sometimes. I think on offense with the quarterback. But
sometimes.
Other than that, we just got
You guys got plays. You guys are more up I'm talking about elementary school. I used to play for the Oakville Vikings.
Yeah, Oakville.
Do you have a favorite NFL team?
I'm a Raiders fan.
Dang, the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm a Raiders
You're a big
fan.
Rivals to us. I'm a Steelers fan.
I know we played y'all last year. My stepdad liked the Steelers, so
yeah,
it's a big problem always.
Yeah, the Steelers, they're kind of young right now, so they don't, you know what I mean? I don't know exactly where they're at. Okay, do you have dreams of playing in the NFL one day?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's my main goal for sure, is to go play in the NFL. It don't matter to me which team or nothing. I just want to play.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If the Raiders pick you, that'd be perfect.
Oh, for sure, that'd be perfect.
You be in Las Vegas in that brand new stadium.
Yeah.
Dope as hell. God, that stadium is nice, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah, do you plan on going there one day or something?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Take a trip there.
For sure, especially when you make it big, dude, you're going to be able to fly there and just go to a game. And then you might not even like them by then. You probably like the Steelers because you might be playing for the Steelers. Yeah. That's booty. If the Steelers pick you, be like, damn, but I got to go get them millions.
For sure. I mean, like I said, I'm grateful for anything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, whatever. Hey, so who are your role models or your mentors growing up?
Growing up,
it could be sports. It can be someone in your family. However, or maybe your coaches and stuff.
For sure. My stepdad and my mom and my dad, they all just, real role models to me.
Yeah.
Just like everyday life or how they go about things. It's definitely a great thing. And then sports-wise, I really look up to Ray Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
I love Ray Lewis, man. I've listened to his speeches and all that. He's my favorite player of all time.
Dude, Ray Lewis, right now, if we put some Ray Lewis on, he'll make us want to run through that wall right there.
For sure, yeah.
Dude,
I listen to it before the game all the time.
Yeah.
I listen to a Ray Lewis speech.
Dude, it's crazy. That dude, he can make anybody want to do anything.
I know, right?
Yeah. And then how about okay, so your parents and stuff in your real life, and then in sports, and then how about your coaches in football? In the football, do you have
My
role
coaches,
models and mentors?
just like when I got to high school, Coach Peacock, he's a great
Hmm.
coach.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, he helped me when I was a freshman all the way up,
yeah.
and like we got a tight bond.
Okay.
Just because like I can rely on him for anything. Or
Yeah,
just matter
yeah,
of fact, any of the weight coaches, you can rely on them
yeah,
for anything.
yeah.
Say you need a sandwich you broke or something,
Mm-hmm.
they gonna help you out for
Oh,
sure.
for real?
Yeah,
Oh,
best
so
coaches in the world.
yeah. So they help you out even if you need something like $5 or
For
something.
sure, on and off the field, they got you.
Damn, that's pretty good. I never even knew that. I actually Robert tells me a lot about, you know what I mean, the stuff he does and stuff. But you know what I mean? It's cool to hear, you know, because people say things, but you really don't know if it's really
Yeah.
happening, you know. But it's good to hear one of the students actually say, you know, that they actually do that. That's pretty cool. I didn't even I think I heard Robert tell me that, but hearing you say that, it really like freaking it stamps it in, like for sure.
We're really like a family over there,
For real.
for
And
sure.
then like you guys play really hard for each other and stuff.
We, you know, we're gonna lay it all down for the brother next to us.
Yeah.
We're gonna lay it
And then
down
like
for him.
how was your guys' record last year?
We didn't do too well. I think we were 3-7, but
Mhm.
we're definitely gonna work to improve on that this year.
Yeah.
I feel like myself saying it with how hard we working. This is the hardest we worked in all 4 years that I've been there.
Okay.
We can go 10-0.
Yeah.
We can go 10-0.
Yeah,
I want a
for
city
sure.
league title
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
I think you can.
We haven't got one since '63, and I feel like we are the team this year to do it.
Are you one of the top leaders in that team?
Yes.
Do you motivate them?
Yeah.
Do you tell them like, "Come on, let's go"? Like,
Especially in the weight room, because that's where I start. And in
Yeah.
the classroom.
yeah,
The classroom, you gotta do that before you do anything on a football field.
yeah. Do you work on your grades and do you work on your classroom and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to tell people, you know, other players, like, okay, we need to get this work done before we do anything. Because everybody want to say they play football, but they don't want to put in the work
Yeah.
to play football. Which
Yeah.
that work is school.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your man. That's so smart because if you don't have the grades, you can't play the football.
For sure.
Yeah,
Or
and then your grades are really important, right? Especially right from the get go. As soon as you get in there, I think like in the beginning, it's like you got to have good grades so you can move up, and so colleges can look at you and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you want to, you know, all these guys got NFL dreams, stuff like that.
Mhm.
None of that's possible without school.
Yeah, you got to have a certain grade point average for certain schools to even look at you, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like D2, I think it's like you got to have at least a 2.8.
Mhm. Yeah, and then do you graduate this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Alright,
last
so-
year.
Yeah, that's dope. And then what do you plan on going to college for? Is it football or do you plan on going to college or
I do plan on going to college
Yeah.
for football, but as far as what I want to study yet, I'm not sure.
you're not sure? Okay. Yeah, but once you get in there, it starts opening up your eyes and your dreams and see what, you know what I mean? Cuz I wanted to ask you about like how do you balance like school and sports and all that kind of stuff?
You definitely got to prioritize school first before any sport that you want to do. Yeah, you know, a lot of people, okay, but I love this sport. I can't miss practice. Your coach is definitely going to understand if you got to put school first.
Mhm.
You can't be a player without being a student. Student athlete, student come first.
Student comes first. You got to have your grades up first and then the sports.
Exactly.
And your coaches will understand that because they'll know that you can't play without the grades, right?
Exactly. And that was a lot of people's issues, not just last year, but always.
Mhm.
You know, it's they didn't make grade deadline. They didn't make the GPA requirement.
Okay. And then that holds you back from playing certain weeks and stuff like that? Or
that-
playing at all?
Like that playing at all.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically how about if you get like suspended or in trouble, you can't play that
Suspended,
week?
you ain't playing that week now.
Damn. So that's real good too, having like a good behavior at school and all that too.
Oh yeah.
Because then you miss out on a whole week. It might be an important homecoming week or something.
Exactly.
Somebody
you can't play.
you get into a fight with somebody, and then what are your passions besides football? Like what do you like to do besides playing football?
I mean, I play video games and stuff. I like to dance.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, like go to Quinceaneras and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I love that, man.
Okay.
For sure.
That's
and then
sweet.
and then lifting, working out is also another passion of mine that I really do love.
Okay. So you like to work out, you like to dance, you like to
Yeah.
play video games. That's cool. And you like football. You dedicate a lot of your time to football?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Even if it's just sitting at home watching film
Mm-hmm.
or just breaking plays down.
Okay. And then do you ever play Madden and stuff like that?
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of guys that sit there, you know, put football like in Madden. Like you gotta Madden's nothing like real football, is it?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But you can learn like a little bit of how the defense, like say you don't know anything about football. Like say you don't know anything about football, you can play Madden and kind of figure out how the football works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But like people like you that you know football probably a little bit more than the average person because you're in there every week. So you probably look at it and like, I already know these plays. I kind of know what this is. But like some like little kid that only plays like, this certain like Fortnite and then he gets playing football, he'd probably be like, what the heck?
Football definitely creates a lot of basketball players.
Football does?
Yeah.
Why? Why is that?
Just because the hit, and you can't compare nothing to the physicality of football.
No.
Because you're gonna get hit.
You're gonna get hit. You're gonna feel sore the next day and stuff like that.
You're gonna wake up with bruises. You're gonna all that stuff. Your body gonna hurt, and I think a lot of people don't get that when they say, "Oh, I want to play football."
Yeah. So how do you work out? What do you do at the gym? What do you do at the workout room?
My favorite thing is bench press. I love bench press. It's my favorite exercise. Right now I'm at 285 on max. I'm bench 285. So
strong.
Yeah.
That's probably more than I can max right now.
But I like working out my arms a lot. But some days I'm like, oh, I got legs. I got to do leg day because leg is the most important thing when it comes to football. Tackling, breaking tackles, all that.
Okay. Yeah, legs is really important because then you could be so strong. You'd be so strong, no one could tackle you when you got strong legs. And then even when you're tackling people, you drive. You can wrap them and drive.
Well, everything really comes from your hips.
So how about now, like with all these new rules where you can't like hit in the head and this and that? Do you guys study that and learn all that?
Yeah, I mean, I get that people want to look out for the safety of the players, but I think some of it is stupid to me.
Yeah,
some of it is definitely stupid to me.
Yeah.
But I do think that safety for the players comes first before anything.
Yeah, it's hard for us because we're men. You know that, and we want to hit hard, and we want to. Who cares? But do you ever? I know you know a little bit about the Steelers. Ryan Shazier.
Yeah, you got paralyzed against the Bengals.
Yeah, he had his head down and he tackled, and then boom, like it was like a freak accident. Like
no, I remember watching. I watched that game live actually.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he never really was like, okay, I needed to do this because he tackled like that since he was at Old State. Because I remember watching him at Old State, and he's tackled the same way. And then just caught up to him.
It caught up to him. Finally, something happened and his head went in. Man, that shit was scary. I'm a Steelers fan.
I bet. No, yeah.
And I was watching that. That shit was scary, boy.
Like I said, my stepdad is a Steelers fan, so we were watching it live, and that happened. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's a big wake-up call for sure.
Yeah. You got to make sure whatever you do, try to hit with your shoulder and try to always have your head up or whatever. I don't know how to take.
A lot of times,
you tell me the technique. What's the technique?
I mean, like a gator roll, but a lot of times, like I hit with my face mask up. Okay. I want my face mask to hit your body, so I'm not leading with the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
Just to protect yourself and protect players. Like even if you got a big hit and your dude on the offense don't see you and you're like, okay, I'm about to smoke this dude. Do it safely. You feel me? Because we don't need anybody out here, getting paralyzed, and like Ryan Shazier, we don't need nobody getting paralyzed. Stuff like that.
And it's safety on both sides for you and for the other guy.
Yeah.
It's like, we really don't want to hurt each other, do you?
No.
Sometimes you might want to hit somebody because they talking shit or something. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, it's a game.
It's a game.
We here to play.
For sure.
And we all want to make something out of ourselves. So no reason to put somebody's life in jeopardy.
I always look at that kind of stuff like you got to think of it like you're looking at, it's basically a mirror. That guy on the other team, he's a mirror of you.
Yeah.
Like that's you, like in a different universe, that would be you know what I'm saying, trying to do the same thing, like play football. But he just grew up on the other side of town, he goes to a different school, but he's just another kid trying to do the same thing you're trying to do, you know what I mean?
Like rivalries and stuff like that,
Yeah.
You guys would talk all this on a football field, but outside of football, let's keep it at football.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. So what are your fitness goals? Like, what do you want to do? Like, you want to just be like a linebacker shape? Is there a certain weight?
I want to get some more mass on myself. And by the time I graduate, I do want to bench 315. By the time I graduate, that's my main goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want I want to be bigger. I want to be stronger, and I want to be faster more than anything.
Okay.
You know, because more speed equals more power.
And then your coaches, do they help you with all that, working on speed, like everything you just said?
Yeah, no, like I said, our coaches are great there. When we first start practice, we got like 30 minutes in the weight room. We got 2 separate groups. We got 30 minutes in the weight room, and the other group is 30 minutes outside doing agility and speed drills. And then we switch.
Okay.
It's a great thing to get us ready for the season.
Okay.
Like I said, we should get pads here in about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for pads.
You are?
Yeah.
And then you know what's crazy is you're excited for pads. There's people that are right now on your team that are nervous for pads.
Yeah, I know. I try to tell people, like, it's not that bad, okay? Your biggest thing in football is, okay, you're getting hit. As long as you protect yourself and you're good, yes, it's going to hurt. It's football. It's going to hurt. But you will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then how about when people are like worried about the heat because all the pads and practice with the pads and the helmet and all that kind of stuff?
Temperature.
What do you say about that?
Temperature, heat, the coldness, that's all mentality. If you sit here and think about it, oh my God, it's so hot. Oh my God, it's so cold. You gon' feel like that.
Yeah.
If you at football practice and it's hot and you focused on football, it's not gonna matter to you. Like you could be dripping in sweat and it won't even faze you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you got to always think that other team is this. If we're all in Toledo, the other team's somewhere in Toledo practicing too.
You got teams down in Texas that is way
Arizona.
high. Yeah,
like Arizona, they got like the other day said there was like 111 or something,
and they still practicing.
Yeah,
so
they
you
don't.
can't complain about the 80 degrees we got going on up here.
Yeah, bro, because like over there, not every team has like a inside facility. In Arizona, I'm sure there's like high schools that people are practicing outside, like in a heat stroke and shit. You know?
They're used to that. I mean it's hot over there.
You
all the time.
You know what I do? On purpose every morning when I go to the gym, I get into a sauna and it's like it's like a steam room. It's like 125 degrees and I force heat on myself because I sweat.
Yeah.
And then after that, I take a cold shower. Take a cold shower and I wash up and then I jump in a cold pool because they got a pool in my gym. And then after that, I go back in the steam room and I get hot again. And then I go take another cold shower and I leave and I get ready for work and I go to.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all a mindset.
Because I do that because you know why? It's called building like a callus. You know how when you work and you build like, you know how when you do like shoveling and stuff and then you build a callus on your hands right here? That's because your hands figure out that, man, this guy needs to use his hands a lot, so it builds a callus. So when you put yourself physically in heat and physically in cold, it starts building like a strength in you where heat and cold don't bother you as much because it's all mental, like you said.
For sure.
But I force myself in there. I mean, a lot of people do. The whole thing is full. I'm not no one special, you know what I mean? But that at my gym, I got all that, so that's why I told you that because it's
Take
cool.
advantage of it. I mean, if you got it.
You grew up in Toledo and stuff. Growing up in Toledo, how are you doing so good in school and stuff and not getting in trouble and stuff like with all the other kids? I always see like, you know, kids in gangs and shootings and stuff. How do you get away from that?
Definitely my parents, because I mean, a lot of times it's not like I can't do nothing, but it's not really they monitor what I do neither. It's just they taught me, okay, I'm gonna give you some leeway, I'm gonna let you have some freedom, but just don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Like, they got my location 24/7, which I'm not mad about because I mean it's a safety thing.
Yeah. So they taught you like basically morals and the way you should live, like. So like that, you know, they don't have to like micromanage every little thing you do. They just taught you how to be a certain person, so you can lead that way.
They ain't got to worry about me. Like when I go to Quinceaneras, I'm up to like 1, 2 in the morning. Yeah. But they're not worried about me. They leave the door unlocked and I'll be home.
Yeah. And then what's up with the quinceañeras? Why are all these kids always going in there and shooting them up and all this shit that's going on?
I don't get that. Like, it's a celebration. It's a real sacred celebration, too. It's a girl. She's turning into a young woman. And you go in there and you ruin it. Yeah. Like, I was at one when it happened a while back, a couple months ago. And it was just sad because you got to think that Quinceañera is just crying. And it's horrible. It
just ruins everything that they've been working so hard for that.
Yeah, I think they put months of effort, and it's so expensive, and you're ruining that. Yeah. Come on, man.
So what do you say to people to do that? Like what? Like I don't understand. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't even understand why would they want to ruin someone's birthday? Like, what is that? Does that make them a better man, a better kid? I don't get it.
It makes them stupid, it's childish, it makes them weak.
Yeah.
Everybody views them as weak.
Yeah.
You know.
Because then they end up going to jail. Eventually they're gonna go to jail.
For sure.
And then they miss out on the all summer because they probably go to jail for like a year. Because if no one dies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably go to jail for a couple years. They miss out all the fun where everybody's gonna have all summer and shit. This dude's in jail because he want to do something stupid.
Which is it's all come down to the streets. I mean, we don't grow up in the best place, but still, you can put that off. It's a celebration of somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
And it's just stupid that you try to ruin it.
Absolutely. So, so your parents they instilled good values in you. So like that, them same kind of values, like, you should like, I'm not saying telling you what to do, but just by example, you know what I mean? You don't got to tell nobody what to do. You lead your teammates by example. You show them how hard you work, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll look at you. Just like me, like, I was bigger, you know what I mean, last year, and by example, I just been showing people it's possible to work out, it's possible, and people hit me up all the time, man, and say, hey, Yogi, you helped me, lose 50 pounds, you helped me do this, because all we gotta do is just show people it's possible, and people will follow you, man.
That's why a lot of times, we condition at practice. Nobody likes conditioning. But the people that are gonna sit there and complain, there's no reason for them to be there. We want to have grit. We want to be a great team, and you gotta suck up and do it because we need it.
Yeah.
How you gonna play 4 quarters of football if you can't run?
Yeah, no. Like you got that running is gonna make you tough enough for them 4 quarters. If you can't just get past that, like, how are you even supposed to? How do you even want to play?
Right.
How do you even want to start? How do you even want to be the back or anything?
The thing is, like, people don't want to do conditioning because it's not fun. But they can sit there and they can run routes or, run drills for hours.
Yeah.
But as soon as you want to, nobody wants to condition.
Okay, yeah. So they want to play or they want to do drills and that, but they don't want to do the tough stuff that really
it's needed.
The stuff that really gets you to the point where. Like Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bryant used to say, like, he don't want nobody like around him that's like complaining and stuff. Kobe Bryant used to say all the time, I don't want no complainers around me.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're racing everybody else. Race yourself. As long as you going 110%, that's all I can ask for.
Yeah. It's you versus you.
For sure.
Yeah. It's just like me versus me. It's you versus the old you. Like the guy you were yesterday. Every day we got to get better. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a lot of people compare themselves to other people, and it's horrible for like your mental health and all that. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Work at your own pace and do what you do.
Yeah, that's really smart. That's really smart for you to say. How old are you?
I'm 17.
17 years old. That's very advanced because that's something that I've learned now. Like as an adult, like, because when I was younger, I used to go work out. I used to try to do as much as this guy. But now that I'm older, now that I work out, I don't care what he's doing or what they're doing. I'm doing it at my own pace because I don't want to get hurt. And I know that slow and steady wins the race.
For sure.
Like life is, what do they say? Like life is not a race. Life is a marathon, So I'm not in no hurry because I'm an old dude, you know what I mean? I'm 43. I'm not trying to be the strongest man in the whole world or whatever. Hey, so I got a question for you. What impact do you hope to leave on others through your hard work and your dedication for football?
I want to leave that, never really give up. Because, like, even though, say, you're not the best football player and you weren't born naturally big or strong, that's fine. I want you to work hard. I want people to work hard and just never give up on themselves, like I said, because if you give up on yourself, then you lost everything.
Absolutely.
See, it's never when, like, you lose somebody or you lose a friend or they give up on you. It's when you give up on yourself that you're done for. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Absolutely right. Like Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't the #1 pick. He was like almost the last pick of the whole draft. I think it was like 6th round or something like that. He ended up becoming the best quarterback in the NFL through hard work.
Which I see a lot of guys, that even in high school, they want to have NFL dreams and stuff like that. But if they don't go in the 1st round, they're like, okay, this ain't working out for me.
Yeah.
You gotta think there's so many stars in the NFL that were taken in the later rounds.
Yeah, or even undrafted.
For sure.
Ryan Clark, because I'm a Steelers fan, I only know a little bit about the Steelers. Ryan Clark, undrafted. Number 92, the Debo.
James
James Harrison.
Harrison.
He's in the Hall of Fame and everything.
Dog.
Undrafted. He actually got cut 5 times from the Ravens, and then the Steelers picked him up the last time the Ravens, and he was on the Steelers practice squad, and he kept going to work and kept going to work. He ended up getting Joey Porter got hurt. James Harrison came in. He never left the field since. He ended up becoming a Steeler. He played for the Bengals. He played for the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then he ended up coming back to the Steelers and retiring a Steeler.
He's great.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. You can never give up on yourself.
Hell no. That goes to show you, bro, because he got caught 5 times. That's crazy, man. All right, so I got another question. When you make it big, how do you plan to use your platform to inspire others and to help?
I definitely want to give back to my community when I do make it big, and I want to preach to the kids that anything's possible. Anything's possible because I go to college, and then I make it. I came from the same spot you guys came from. I came from the ghetto and all that.
Absolutely.
But you can't let that phase. You can't get sucked into the streets.
Absolutely.
You gotta stay focused and stay sharp.
Yep, absolutely. And then even if everything goes not planned and you don't make it to the NFL, you still got to go to college and come up with a plan for your future. Never give up on your dreams, because just because one door shuts, when one door shuts, God opens up another door. So you got to always keep your eyes open, just in case. I want you to remember that, okay?
For sure.
So
God's the reason for everything. I mean, I came back from a hamstring injury. I felt like when I first injured myself, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to run the same way, the way I do. It's like a big risk on myself, but I can't do nothing but thank God that I'm back and I'm better than ever.
Yeah. Hey man, I appreciate you so much for coming on the podcast, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, it was great talking.
I wanted to tell you, I think I know your mom and your dad. I mean, you told me a little bit. I know your mom and your uncle. I don't know your dad, I don't think. But I know your mom and your uncle and all that. And so we're going to say hi. You want to give shout outs to any of your coaches or anything like that?
Yeah, shout out Wait football team. And I do want to say August 18th, 7 p.m. at Wait Mollenkopf Stadium, we will be playing Port Clinton week 1. Come out and support.
Yeah. So what is it?
Week 1.
Week 1?
Yeah.
When is it?
August 18th.
All right, August 18th. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks, guys, for watching Big Yogi's Garage. See you next week.